cats, cool dudes, and Largy Ramazani. Welcome to We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. How are you all doing tonight, everyone? You know what? I got a comment, because some of you may have realised, may not have realised, that I set up this stream 6 days ago, pretty much immediately after the last show, give or take an hour or so. So we got this comment at 1:55 a.m. saying, "Hello lads, see you in 6 days," from Anders. And to answer the obvious question that most of you have, yes, Ben is here, but he's at work and he'll be 10 minutes. But he's actually on. And when he appears on camera, he'll appear on camera. How are you all doing? I think I've already said that, but still, this is actually a bit weird because I bought new earbuds. I'm trying them out tonight and not used to them. It's a bit weird, Jimmy, Bremner's Ghost, saying, "Evening all, how you all doing?" Scooby D2 is in with evening. Snooker is on. Linda is hoovering again. I haven't managed to connect her to Wi-Fi app thingy, but I use hotspot and don't know why she wants location. There have been teething issues and she's not perfect, but I'm fairly... What's Linda? Who is Linda in this situation? Because she's been named a few times. I don't know. In all seriousness, unlike Mr. Tom to be late, he's probably telling a bus stop why he hates Melier. Interesting you say that when I'm not the goalkeeper hater of the show. And I think you know that. But again, welcome, Scooby. It's good to see your opinionated self in the chat. With Pink Cushion, good evening. Hello, Ian. How you doing? Scooby did too again. With, if you're there, Mr. Tom, something happened, but not much. We can neither see or hear you. No, it was I had to start the show a bit later because to tell it more accurately, Ben asked for a little bit of time with his work commitments, and to be fair to Ben, he did clearly state he'd have no problem me starting the show early at usual time. To which I thought, no, it's no problem. Give you a bit 20, because obviously I want to hear his thoughts rather than just going into my usual bullshit. Pardon my language. So no problems here. But then basically I did send Ben the link a lot. I thought I'd already sent him it, but it turned out I hadn't. Hence why I gave him a few more minutes to be able to click the link in the interest of being fully open on this. No, nothing did happen. As I said, Linda Sardi. That's a fair guess, to be fair. I've called my new robot vacuum. That is actually what I thought you might have been on about from what you were saying, but I didn't want to make that assumption. I think that's fair of me to say. Sam Greenwood, welcome. How you doing, sir? With Scooby Like say, good suck from Linda the vacuum. To which he then responded with, "No, I'm reasonably impressed with the vacuum. Some of the sex toys have been rubbish. Absolute rubbish." I just added a bit on there, just a bit of assumption. To which Sam Greenwood, in a more serious manner, said, I mean, none of it's serious. It's football. It's the least important thing out of all the important things in life. With Darlow kept a clean sheet. What a champ. I suppose we could talk about that. Look, I mean, arguably, hang on 1 second. Oh, wait, yeah, apparently we're here to talk about Leeds United. So that's a thing that happens, isn't it? But no, seriously, welcome to all of you. Thank you for all of you waiting with basically my lateness and things like that. So I appreciate that. It's very cool. I don't even know where to start. Well, I do. There's a football match. But obviously I want to hear Ben's opinion on this football match more than my own opinion, because I know my opinion on this football match. Anders, hello. Well, we did catch you 6 days ago saying the same thing. And I don't know if you remember typing it, Anders, but let's be fair to you. again at 1:58 a.m., which I believe was Monday morning in the UK. Hello, lads. See you in 6 days. So Anders from the past meet Anders from the future. That's really cheesy of me to do, but is what it is. The reasonably impressive, long-awaited debut of Messerschmitt. That means Master Schmidt, doesn't it, in German, something like that. There you go. I thought it was okay. I would be lying if I saw enough to sit there and go, he has to play next week. But I didn't see anything that made me think that he's awful. It does make me wonder why Daniel Farke doesn't think he's worthy of playing every week. But you can't play 15 players in association football, unfortunately. Hello to Colonel Ward. How are you doing, sir? With Leeds keeping a clean sheet. They should play Darlow week in, week out. Well, when Ben arrives, he will have his take on the situation simply because of the fact that we give everyone their view on here. And I want to hear his view on the goalkeeper. You all know what his view on goalkeeper is going to be, but he should still get to say it because why not? That's why we're here. Sam Greenwood following up with my team are garbage at the FA Cup third round again. Kai Havertz has surpassed Sir Isaac Newton with new laws of physics and with his ability to miss the goal. Let's be fair, Sam. We both know that I'm armed with memes about your cup exit. We all know this. I've tried to be respectful with the ones I've chosen. I didn't make them. But still, hang on. Sorry, 1 second. The man is here. The man is here. He is the man ready? We'll see. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Ben.
Hi. Turn that up. Right, I'm just making a cup of tea and I will be with you. So 2 minutes. Thanks for being patient. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
I can filibuster.
I'll put you on mute while I put this kettle on because it's loud.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
I'll bring you back in anyway. Scooby back with no, sorry, we'll go with the comments in order as we usually do. Messerschmitt, not as good as Spitfire. Schmidt, from Ian. I don't know. Messerschmitt was a German fighter plane, weren't it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. A bit like our Spitfire, different spelling. So yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll put my hands up. You clearly know more about it than I do. David Villamartine, welcome. He can be found usually or occasionally. I think occasionally is more fair to say, although he did have 2 weeks in a row, to be fair to him, of the On Stupid Lolo. You can find his Leeds opinions, more measured than mine, clearly, on Friday nights at midnight in the UK. With Hi Tom, all good. We went through. We have a decent home draw where we can progress further. Back to the league next game. That's the important thing. I'm never going to sit here and say that I don't want Leeds United to win a football match. And I've made that very, very clear while watching it with Gary on the road trip, to be fair to him. However, what I did say is, provided we're not embarrassed, which is very, very likely with Leeds in the Cup, wouldn't have been upset if we lost. Because if we lose that match and then we go on to get promoted by 10 points, the going out in the Cup to Harrogate is long forgotten and then only comes up every January. It's fine. But I know what you mean. Like, it's while actually watching it, I want to win. It's very much like when you have a girlfriend and then she's not your girlfriend, and you go, I don't want her anyway. It's like, but while you were there, you wanted to have a bit of fun with it. Anyway, sorry, that's not PG. Pink cushion with indeed. I wasn't impressed with him. I don't think I was unfair in saying I don't think he put in a performance where it's like, you have to play this man. And the same will go for Giavogi. I think he got caught out a bit far too much by League Two attack, let's just say. But on the whole, it was fine. Do you like Dags? That preferring lines is probably not the actual line from Snatch, though, is it? Dags. It's Brad Pitt's character in the film Snatch. Scooby-Doo 2 with you weren't pink. Well, we had no defending to do, so couldn't really assess that. And opposition wasn't great, but I thought I want to say here categorically that I think Harrogate did not embarrass themselves at all. I think they worked very hard. I don't want to sound patronising when I say that, but they put in a performance that arguably I would have described as more adventurous than half of the championship teams that have come to Ellen Road. I could be wrong there. I don't think I am, but I could be. You're entitled to say that I'm wrong. I was more worried that Havertz was the only one in the box, considering more than half our team were in their final third. That is obviously Colonel Ward's assessment on the Arsenal versus Manchester United FA Cup third round game. Dags, oh, you mean dogs? Yeah. I like caravans myself, for anyone who's seen Snatch. Jimmy said, impressed with Harrogate. Best of luck to them for the rest of the season. Yeah, of course. I don't want to see the local team get relegated. Of course. Local to Leeds, not local to me. Local team to me is Leighton Orient. Excuse me. I thought you could tell Byram is not an attacking left back, and Rothwell is not an attacking midfielder, but Schmidt did all right in attacking. They all did all right, but some did all right than others, I think it's fair to say. I think I'll bring in Ben in a minute when he's sat down. You okay, bro? Because I'm cool with the kids, so I can say things like bro. Damn, the kids actually saying. So I'm obviously not cool. I used to like their ice cream flavour.
Did you? Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
I think they stopped making them.
How's everybody? All right?
Hey, Ben's here, everyone. I want to read out David's comment, which is, it was a team of players that needed minutes to blow away the cobwebs. Some started conservatively, others a bit rocky, but all got better as they clocked up the minutes.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad, but there was points in the game where I admittedly, I did say the words to Gary, this has 1-0 Harrogate all over it, based on the fact that we were missing chances, but we were going to give them their customary chance. And spoiler, we did, and they missed it. And then we went down the other end and sorry, what's that then?
Yeah, I don't know what people were expecting from it, to be honest. It was played out like it was a hindrance, wasn't it? Let's just get it out of the way. So now we've got another one against Millwall. So,
well, we can get into that, Jimmy. Got no problem getting into that. But I've got to be fair. It's the only side I've actually got off the pitch is that incident. Let's just say. But we're going to the Ben made segment of Let's Talk Football. I need to make a jingle for that off the top of my head. For anyone who wondered, this is what Ellen Road looked like on the morning of the game. God's country, let's just say. And before the game, they were like, can you tell who they're being told to promote? Makes a change from energy drinks, to be fair. This is the lineup for the benefit of anyone who wants to know or cares. Cole Darlow was in goal. Ben, Cole Darlow's in goal.
I know, that was nice, wasn't it?
Makes a change. Cole Darlow's in the picture. It's almost like the club are like, we've got a chance to use Cole Darlow in the photograph.
Where's that picture?
I do have a take on that penalty. No problem.
That one a penalty.
Spoiler. I think it's a free kick.
Even
It's
so,
not
I
a
don't think it
penalty.
was a free
It's a
kick.
free kick. Oh no, it's a free kick.
No,
If
he
he'd have
dragged his
gone
foot.
down, if he'd have gone down when it actually started, he would have got a free kick.
Yeah,
but
it's
because
'cause he
he
dragged his
basically
foot.
waited till he got into the box, then he got put. It's a decision. I've seen a commentator say it, and it's basically, well, actually, it'll come round again later on, but it was basically, if that happens anywhere else on the pitch, it's a free kick. And that's true. It's a foul for a free kick, but you're not getting a penalty for it.
Mm.
It's one of those. And if it happens next week in Leeds versus Sheffield Wednesday, I will be furious. But because Harrogate have a right to be furious, but I know full well that if that basically happens a yard outside the box, Leeds get a free kick. But they don't get a penalty. Simple as that. Goalkeeper that can catch. When he did make his first catch, I did think I was felt I was being a bit harsh.
That was like a goal.
Hey!
It was like a goal when he saved that. It's like, hey.
First look on replay, no, goes down easy. Throws his leg. Yeah.
Through his leg. That's what gave it away for me.
It was the. Shall I tell you the thing he did that really didn't help his case? And I'm not an expert in the art of refereeing, but the fact that he practically went down while looking around at the referee, like he's practically looking at the ref even before he hits the deck. And the second after he hits the deck, he's basically like, ref. It's like, mate, so naive, very naive to think you're getting that at Ellen Road in a cup game when you're not Manchester United, for example.
Yeah.
And you can apply the rules all you want, but you all know the realities of football. A red Manchester United shirt is getting that as a penalty, and Harrogate are basically getting told to get up and play on.
Talking about Man United and penalties.
That's a sore one. It's a sore one for them. It's a sore one for them. It'd be terrible if I actually had a legion of memes about that game, wouldn't it? It'd be awful.
It would be, mate.
It would be awful. Director John, the secret hero of the show. How are you doing, sir?
John's happy. The Rangers have won 2 in a row. 2 in a row, Tom.
2 in a row. David agrees with you. But I genuinely believe if he'd have gone down outside the box, they would have had a free kick and a crack at goal. He basically tried his luck a bit too much and failed, basically. Watch the legs, not the arms. The arms are pretty much outside the box. The legs are inside the box that make him go down. Okay. But I'm going to pretend the leg thing didn't happen, though, because it suits my argument more. So obviously, is this lineup worthy of a Leeds United third round in the Cup for you?
Yeah. Well, it depends what era.
Yeah, I was fine with it personally.
Yeah, I was.
For all the reasons.
I was a bit surprised. I thought he'd have. I thought Joffrey might have been in the squad, and I thought maybe a few of the younger ones might have been. But anyway, I was happy because Darlow was in goal.
We'll give you your say on it now. Ben, what did you make of last week?
Did you put my Daniel Farker rant on?
I read the entire thing.
Good. Daniel Farker's fucking clueless. He's got the best players in this league, so that's why we're top of the league just. He's got no tactical nous, no plan B, no plan A. He's clueless. And the fact that he keeps picking that fucking clown, I hope he dies on his sword. But I hope we don't suffer because of it.
Well, the nature of it is that we will if it goes wrong.
I've heard a lot of people in the aftermath of it. Now it's all died down a bit. Oh, I feel sorry for Melier. Fuck feeling sorry for that prick. He's stealing thousands of pounds a week knowing that he's not fucking good enough. So fuck feeling sorry for him. His stupid fucking haircut.
I do a little bit though, because it's a very lonely place to be when everyone's basically like thinking you're at fault.
So?
I mean, he is at fault, but you know what I mean. It's not like he can turn around and have three other defenders on the line to basically like share the burden. It's on him.
And it's like, I personally think he's non-league level. But let's put it into the real world. It's like you running a one bookies, and then all of a sudden you've been asked to run 1,000 bookies at the top of the job.
Badly.
Yeah, but you're not gonna stay there taking the wage when you're clearly out of your depth, are you? No, but this fucking prick does. That's what it's like. You're a non-league goalkeeper pretending to be a professional goalkeeper. I've seen better non-league goalkeepers than that. I really have.
Let's go through some of the comments. Jimmy was delighted to see. Oh, we got one of those as well that I'm fucking thrilled about. No prize for guessing who. Scooby-Doo 2 with Joseph. Bit unlucky, couple of shots. I actually, my problem with Joseph here, and when I say problem, I don't mean I'm really going to start slating him. But I don't think I'm unfair in feeling like it was a great opportunity for him to get the monkey off his back as such. Like, I've not scored in X amount of games. I don't know how many, but you know what I mean. And it, like, basically had the opportunity to beat up on lower league opposition. He did, but then he did everything but score. I didn't think he had a bad game by any means. It was just unfortunate that he couldn't actually get over the line as such. Because we've all said it, he's a confidence player, like all strikers. And Shearer once went like 2 years without scoring for England, and then he couldn't stop scoring. I know it's slightly different, but
yeah.
But
look, he's got potential, but yeah, I just think it was a massive step. And I just think his confidence at the beginning outweighed his ability. And now I think he's a trier. He works hard. He did nothing but try yesterday. He was unlucky to hit the post.
Oh, he didn't stop running.
A few desperate attempts, but look, he didn't have a bad game, and he was trying. So as long as he's trying, I'm happy. He's done more than Meslier does.
Leeds.
There's been some big crimes in the world, right? There's been some big crimes like shooting a JFK, Brinks, Matt, robbery. But the biggest crime in humanity ever will be if Leeds United get 6 figures for that goalkeeper. People counting 10, 13 million. He ain't worth 10, 13 quid. I'd give him away.
That's absolute nonsense. All that Man United are going to offer 13 million for him. If Man United offer 30 million for the goalkeeper, I would drive him to Old Trafford. I would actually drive to Leeds and then drive him on to Old Trafford and then go home. But, just hyperbole, obviously. But
what do you think he's worth?
It's honestly hard to say. In all seriousness, it's genuinely hard to say.
Not being taking any professional world into account and how they value him and how. But what do you think he's worth? What would you charge at any team for him? What would you be happy to see him leave for?
I would be happy if we got what we paid for him. Obviously, I'd want as much as possible because obviously I'm not a fucking idiot. But generally speaking, I think considering the how do you word it? The reputation he's earning as a man that basically can't stop the first shot on goal. As a man with arms like elastic bands, as a man that chooses to not catch the ball when he tries to catch the ball, he doesn't. I think we'd do really well to get what we paid for him.
I'll take a bag of nuts.
But I've also said to Gary, because I got a similar question from Gary yesterday, and I also felt it was fair to answer him that I believe if he goes to another club, he will go on to have a great career. But we're the sort of club that basically doesn't benefit from that kind of thing from footballers. He will join a middling French club and then end up playing in the Champions League or something like that. That is probably what will happen. Colonel Walworth, do you feel it'd be more useful if he was a tea lady, or do you think he'd drop the teapot? I'm guessing that's about Melier and not Joseph.
Someone's getting burnt there.
Dangerous. Scooby D2 with Ampadu and Gidavogi cock-ups in places where you can't really afford a cock-up. All crosses from Solomon, who played well. Was interesting, we saw 3 different players tried in the 10. I thought it probably suited Willie most and Solomon the least. I actually thought largely he was poor, which seems strange to say because he did get on the end of a few things. So I think that's
I just think everyone just did okay yesterday. They did enough without shining. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it too much, to be honest, because I don't think it needs analysing in any depth.
Nothing really analysed in the sense of Harrogate got their customary Leeds opposition chance. They didn't take it. And then, as usually happens, when a worse team, and I'm not saying that to disrespect them, but when a factually worse team miss their chance, the other team usually very quickly makes them regret it. And that's exactly what happened. Hello to Rosie. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Conche with what the fuck has happened and Nonto. He's pure shite right now. I think it's more that he'd very quickly become the top dog because of all the exits, whereas now the other players have sort of matched what he's bringing to the team. I could be entirely wrong on that, but I think that's what's happened.
I think Solomon's our crown jewel. I know he's only on loan, but he seems to be the guy for me.
But the first 2 months, he couldn't do anything.
Has anyone noticed that he can cross with both feet?
That's impressive. Doesn't like the cold. Who does? But you should if you're getting paid 40 grand a week or whatever it is. Hey Rosie, Ouija in Hills. In Hills typo. Okay, cool. Hey Jimmy, you well, sir? What we got here? 30 million. I'd piggy him back him to Manchester. Exactly my fault. Dylan, as in Bob Dylan, I believe that is. You well, buddy? Not bad. Hello, Kieran. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by, of course. What a strange notion. Very strange notions. Melier is at United. Well,
fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it's true. There's nothing I can say to that. It wasn't me that said the actual thing you're correcting, though, was it? Because obviously I unreservedly apologised to Leeds United, of course.
I don't call him
4 games in 2 weeks coming. I'd like to see Schmidt start at least 1. Give Bogle a bit of a rest.
Schmidt was all right. He was just trying not to cock up, wasn't he? He got better second half. But I know it was only Harrogate, but I don't see any reason why he should not be playing.
I didn't see anything in the game that said he should be. And when I say that, I don't mean he did anything bad, but he didn't stand out in any way where I'm like, you have to play this man next week. I'm like, no, if you're going to play Firpo, fine.
Well, my point is, going back to last week when we had square pegs in round holes, I don't see any reason yesterday into why he shouldn't have been playing the week before.
He's obviously not one of Farke's favourites. Is that fair to say? I mean,
well, that's what it boils down to. Farke's favourites.
Because I believe
if your name's not Ethan, you're not coming in.
In Farke's mind, it's like, I've got Verbo who's played in the Bundesliga or whatever, and it's like, well, he's obviously going to be better than the guy that played in the Swiss Super League. That's not necessarily true, but I think he thinks that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have a conversation with a man to know that he thinks that, but he has to think it to have obviously not played that guy in favour of the guy that's not actually a left back. But then again, in his defence, in his remote defence, the time he did squeeze Verba in at left back, Verba scored against Derby. I hate Derby County. I don't know if anyone knows that. But
so why didn't Joffrey play yesterday then? What was that about?
I think I think he's just already accepted that there's no point in me playing you because you're not in my plans. I think we've fouled him as a footballer, as a club. We have fouled that man, or boy, man, whatever you want. He's gone from a boy to a man, a club, I suppose. Just didn't. Oh, Ben, the question you asked me earlier, just so you're aware, I've actually finagled it into a kind of a question, almost a mid-show question, just in case.
Yeah.
It was a great question. It was a great question, actually, to be fair to you. Have I missed the name section? No, you've not. You have definitely not. No. And by Excel at, do you mean just naming your favourite serial killers?
Oh.
And Miss Molina, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Well, 32 minutes into the show, I suppose I should, out of respect for Harrogate, just bring up who played for Harrogate last night. Those are names that I will forget tomorrow morning.
You'll forget.
Apart from Cornelius.
You'll forget as soon as you take that down.
Well, apart from Cornelius, because I figured he must be a very smart footballer. In all seriousness, that Burrell fella, their captain, he had a great fucking game. Because most of the shots that were blocked was him getting in front of the shots. It was incredible. If they'd have won, I wouldn't have said it's incredible. I'd have fucking cursed him. But no. Being fair as the winner, I suppose. That's how they lined up.
No, it
ain't. That's how Footmob says they lined up. I mean, I know Burrell was in the middle. This is how they say they lined up, but what really happened was basically 9 of those front 10 players were basically on the edge of the penalty box. Being generous to them saying that. Because they did have the one guy like March where basically he was ready to run onto something, to be fair to him. Should be doing the jingle for me. I don't know. This is how we lined up, supposedly. That Giavoki is just an absolute unit. Like I'm fascinated with him. There was one time where Rothwell tried to chip a free kick over to him, and he jumped. And the plan is clearly, I want this man to score a header, but he chipped it about 6'5" in the air instead of 6'4" in the air.
You mean the free kick when he should have just had a shot at goal?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
But they obviously pulled rank and was basically like, no, he's actually the secret captain of the club. Which he is. I know people not necessarily agree with that. But when Leeds score a goal, they don't fucking run over to Ampadu on the sidelines while he was injured. They run over to him. Hence why he's the secret captain. That should be a TV show. I'm the secret captain. But still. Union Bears, Rangers are a stationable cat. I have no idea what we're talking about there, but no problem. Pointless. Onion tears. I don't know what they were talking about. That's all right. It's not a change. Doesn't make a change. Woman, they're waiting to send a message. I don't know what any of these people talk about, but no problem. Fine. Lovely usage, Jimmy. Yeah, sure. So the game kicked off, and this is where the penalty shout started. I haven't got a photo of where it ends because I don't care where it ends. Because if he'd have gone down there, he'd have got it, as I said. But the fact is, he waited until he made it into the box to then get what he tried for. And the ref, in my opinion, felt like he was trying to fool him, so he didn't reward him for it.
Yeah, so take that, Stephen Warnock, you prick.
That's an interesting name. I think we should go back to that in about 42 seconds. Because obviously the game, 0-0 half time, it wasn't the most exciting. It was basically like watching a Leeds United training match. But where like the opposition you're training against will actually try to beat you if you actually fall asleep for 10 seconds. To be fair to them. It's come on something better. Okay. Absolutely, Ben. There you go. We did score. We managed to get a cross into the box, which landed on his head. It was 1-0. And it did feel very... I was relieved that we scored, but at the same time, I wasn't leaping out of my chair like I would be against Derby County at Pride Park.
You looked up, didn't you? Oh, we scored.
That was essentially it. Well, put another way, Rosie in the chat basically went, "You've scored," which I was like, "Oh, okay." And I give or take a bit, like my words, so she's going to point out what I exactly said or something like that. But at the same time, I was just like, well, she said there's been a goal. And because I was behind on the iPlayer. So I was about a minute behind the action. But then as it was said, I was like, well, we've got the ball. And it's in the box. So it's probably a Leeds goal. So it's like, it's a bit, yeah, no, that's actually more accurate. I did. You know how, like, when you've found your stash of presents at Christmas and, like, you opened them so you know what you got, but then you get given it and you have to react like you didn't know you was getting it. It's kind of that Leeds goal. So that's how it happened.
You still do that, don't you? You still go hunting for the presents. And not just your presents.
I'm not tall enough to reach the top of the wardrobe anymore, so unfortunately. So anyway, it was nice seeing Breakdown a goal on Match of the Day. They were doubling up on Solomon. Byram goes inside, takes Banso's 1-on-1. Then Joseph takes a further centre half on a walk towards near where he's currently typing it at. And post near the post leaves Largy with a free header. And that was enough. That was minutes after they should have scored. Which, but the real main event of the game, Ben, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is the return of Firpo. It's Firpo time, baby. You know, when we played them in pre-season, Firpo scored the opening goal.
I just think that he was brought on as a treat for Harrogate fans.
It's like you want to see your hero. Because their hero ain't Harrogate, but their hero is Firpo. Let's be fair.
Well, their hero live around the vicinity of Harrogate as well, so he's like a local czar.
Not to the rest of the country. So obviously it finished full time, 1-0 to 1-0 to Firpo's team, of course, and all the best for the rest of the season, Harrogate. Like, it was like all nice and friendly. I haven't got the actual one that Harrogate put up, but it was about how, like, it's their biggest attendance in the club's history. And basically, the town of Harrogate is absolutely massive because it had 40,000, whatever. But it amused me. It was like yeah, you're in the spirit of this, trying to claim you're bigger than Leeds United. I mean, you're not, but I admire you having the temerity to actually imply it. I may have. Let's be fair. It wasn't the greatest game of football.
It just gives you something to do, didn't it? Saturday tea time.
Yeah. It made a nice change to actually be on BBC on Saturday evening. As you can see here, I believe they felt they'd done enough to get something out of the game because they did have their shots or chances. But at the same time, when we have 21 shots, I can't sit here and go, you should have won the game to Harrogate. They worked hard, but obviously it was a bit like shooting practice for us at points.
Very bad shooting practice.
Well, it summed up why we're only 1 point clear in the top of the championship. And I know there's issues with the goalkeeping, but let's not pretend that although we have scored the most goals, we shouldn't have scored double the amount of goals that we've scored.
Mm.
When you're getting 21 shots in a game and scoring 1 goal, there are questions that are going to be asked about efficiency in front of goal. Because this isn't limited to just basically playing a team two tiers below you in the cup. Like this probably happened like a month ago against someone, not Derby County, obviously, because we destroyed them. But still, thank you for that, Director John. This was it. I made this. All right, we're in the 4th round of the cup. Now let's never speak of the game against Harrogate again. Because I was glad it was over. We didn't get embarrassed. They didn't get embarrassed. Let's just everyone move on with our lives. But speaking of 4th round, the draw got made.
I hope we get Dagenham.
That would be a local team to me. So that'd be interesting. Well, playing a team we've never played compared to a team we generally have played twice a season for the last 16 out of 20 years, or 20 out of 23 years.
Mm.
But for anyone who's interested, Arsenal fans, look away now. No passes. So look. Now we're so efficient that we can get away with making no passes, John. I'm the world's worst proofreader because I looked at it and I was like, 21 shots. That stands right. Foolish of me. There was a gap and space over 10 keep switching and no midfield really filled the gap to bomb on and move up a bit.
You could watch. Was it Jimmy who just put that there? You could watch reruns of us.
We're playing Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we're on ITVX or ITV.
That makes
for
sense.
All those who don't illegally stream. There you go.
Oh my God, that's so true. Because I did hear that they get 1 or 2 games a season, and they've obviously saved it up.
One's a cup game and one's a league game. Yeah.
They've basically decided to have the biggest team in the championship as part of their.
Well, I do believe the last time this fixture was on ITV, Leeds went to Wednesday and won 6-1.
1991 in the winter, was it not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was the title winning season, obviously. Let's have an impromptu question a week with what's John's one thing that he's going to wish for?
Stanley Cup.
I thought he wanted to build a snowman.
I think he's built a snowman.
I
reckon it was a fine snowman. I reckon he had the best carrot nose.
I suspect he told the snowman to build itself, and then it did out of fear and respect. Hand in hand, some would say, in the mafia community. Not that John's part of the mafia, because I would never imply such a thing. Mainly out of fear and respect. There's no such thing as the
mafia. There's no such thing.
It's definitely not. Should have been 6-0 if not for the worst dive in Division 1 history for when you're still not over it, Jimmy. It was only 40, 41, 44 years ago.
1-0 up with that penalty. Did Paul Warhurst or someone? I can't remember.
I knew it was going to be. Impromptu question of the week. What's Director John going to wish for? It's Ben Lowe in his camera.
Fuck off! I'm on a phone, man. Yeah, it's best
You're still trying to do it for him, though. out of fear and respect, but more respect, of course. No, in all seriousness, for anyone who's interested, this is actually the FA Cup draw in full. There is a second page.
The woman on YouTube has some juicy fixtures, and I looked through it and thought, where?
Right, so second one.
The juiciest fixture would be Leeds Millwall, I'm telling you.
Well, the TV company is basically go, oh, I like that Villa and Tottenham are playing each other, and like Everton and Bournemouth are playing each other. And Man United, of course. But generally speaking, Leeds versus Millwall should be on TV, but it will be changed for some kind of safety reason or something like that. Rosie, Lolo in a cheerleader outfit on Brooklyn Bridge with some of those 80s things that were like antenna on a headband, holding signs saying, I hate Arsenal. John would like to see the Rangers win 2 in a row. He did.
He has. We just have.
New Jersey take that to mean he wants to see 4 in a row.
New Jersey and the Vegas Golden Knights, I think.
Yeah. Praise from Caesar himself, and if we get Millwall banned, yeah, absolutely. So where are we at now? We'll do the thing we slightly touch on. Twat in black. James Bell was the referee.
He was fine. We want a bell end. He can continue to referee.
Not just fine because Leeds won. I thought his performance was largely
okay.
He's fine. The things that were fouls were fouls.
And he wasn't. He didn't fall for that crap.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When he booked Giavogi, in my opinion, I just straight away went, he's got to book him, and he has, because Giavogi took one for the team, as I said to Gary, and it's what it is. The booking, it was correct. Booking Ramazani for kicking the ball into the goal. It's probably a bit silly, but at the same point, that's on Ramazani for doing it. Like, why do something that is asking yourself to get booked for under these silly rules? New York Rangers, and one quick phone call, and Ben's camera will be lowered by a big non-English speaking gentleman. And it will be a quick phone call. It'll be go. You know what to do. Yes, it's a camera thing again. But no, in all seriousness, it is time for our favourite segment of the week. Wanker of the Week. Ben, who did you decide to name as the Wanker of the Week?
It's everyone's favourite ex-Leeds fucking left back, Stephen Warncock.
Why is he your...
Right, I'm not against Harrogate's big day out yesterday, and they did defend well, and they made it hard for us. But I'm not against them, the commentary team praising them, but being up there fucking asses in everything they did, and how shit we were, and I'd like him to tell me, right, with the highlight of his Leeds career and what great things that his Leeds teams did, for him to so severely criticise our performance yesterday. So he became a wanker for that. He was a wanker anyway.
The thing with him on commentary, I got the feeling him and Jonathan Pearce was his commentary partner.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't get away with as much as he will do this week on this, but I get the feeling they were talking like Harrogate were the disabled kid at school.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to disrespect that. Don't mean that disrespectfully, but they were patronising Harrogate as if like they shouldn't be capable of kicking a football.
Mm.
That's what it felt like from what I did hear during the game and the highlights or whatever. But it felt so unnecessary and over the top.
Even picks on the atmosphere and the crowd, right? And what atmosphere do you expect against the League Two side, right, where the game's it's just playing out, basically, and you haven't got your usual fans there. You've got a lot of mix and match fans that don't sit where they usually sit. They're in season ticket holders' seats, right? And they're just family fans.
Yep. Ben,
so what do you expect,
I'll put it in a very
Warnock?
simple way. I'll put it in a simple way. You're 100% right there. Stephen Warnock, what are you expecting? What atmosphere are you expecting? Because you are there. That game has been moved from 3 o'clock because you are there.
Other than yesterday, have you ever seen 35,000 fans in a league, in a third round cup tie, Stephen Warnock? Have you played in front of 35,000 fans in a cup tie? No. Maybe at Wembley when you won it with Liverpool. Was he on the bench?
He's probably sitting there calling Benitez a wanker over. You hear him going on about the story about him being told he was going to play in the Champions League final and then he told he's not even going, kind of thing. He tells it like he's the hardest man in the world. It's like, mate, fucking shut your mouth, kind of thing. But not telling him on listen to it. Just don't waste your time. It's basically him going, I can't believe he didn't like me. It's like, because you're a twat. But still. Hello, Spencer. How you doing, fella? Good to see you. I don't believe the NFL went his way, so commiserations on that, unfortunately, in terms of the playoffs. His Broncos team were playing the Buffalo Bills, I believe. Where's Shaggy Scoobs from Tom?
Imposter.
I see. Welcome, Tom. It's weird talking to someone that's got the same name as you.
They had a season off, Jimmy, I think. So they can get better players in draft next season.
That's what it feels like. I saw you were 7-0 up, but then it obviously got a feeling it went to pot. I don't know if you were 7-0 up, but your update made it sound like that was. Norwegian fellow had him in his basement. Is that Fritzl or Sam Greenwood? I don't really know what to say to that.
Austrian.
No, but Sam Greenwood is in Norway.
Yeah, I know. But you said, is it Fritzl or Sam? It won't be Fritzl because he's not Norwegian.
No, but Sam is.
Yeah, I know. But I was saying Fritzl's Austrian.
I said, you
can deduct Fritzl from that. Yeah, so it's basically Sam.
Yeah. I fucked it up. Yeah, I know what you mean. As soon as I said it, I knew I was wrong. What we getting here? Pink Cushion said, honest PC wanker. I don't expect every commentator to, and as you may have learned, I've been quite fair to commentators generally. I feel I'm fair to commentators. What I can't stand is when the commentators that actually should have a bit of like, yeah, I used to play for Leeds about them, use Leeds as the club where they're going to prove how unbiased they are by slagging Leeds off, if that makes sense. Like, you ain't getting, and I could be totally wrong, but from my perspective, you ain't getting Jamie Carragher come on and slag Liverpool off during a match that Liverpool win. Gary Neville doesn't slag off Manchester United during a game that they're winning.
Not that well.
No, but he'll criticise the club in the way that the direction it's going.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But like Jermaine Beckford, in my opinion, when I've seen him do things where he talk about Leeds, he wants Leeds to win, and that is he's pretty fair. In my opinion, he makes that pretty clear, and that's nice. And I'm not saying Warnock has to in the way that, like, as if he played for us for 20 years, because of course he doesn't. We just paid him a couple of years of money for the end of his career. But at least have a bit of respect for us. Like, Arsenal will get when people commentate and they used to play for Arsenal, I don't sit there feeling like they really hate Arsenal when they talk about a football match. I'm sure Arsenal fans will say different because everyone likes to feel like they're a victim of the commentary. Like the players can hear it or something like that, but still. But anyway, that leads us to a impromptu question a week, which is, Ben, we'll leave this one out for the audience. How many games did Stephen Warnock? We'll do the graphics. We'll do the graphics. Do the graphics.
FA Cup.
Question of the week. How many FA Cup games has Stephen Warnock played in? 4 Leeds United. 4 Leeds United. Just Leeds. Not Liverpool. Don't like us, never has. Like, give a fuck. It's a compliment. If you hate Leeds, have a go. Ben asked me this earlier, and I was like, it aggravated.
No, what I actually said, I said, if you've got time, can you find out, like, Stephen Warnock's FA Cup history with Leeds United?
Which I did, and it aggravated me because I was like, this is a real.
Do you know what I then went in to do? As soon as I sent it, I started doing it myself. And you were still doing it anyway. It became a competition. I didn't realise he'd played like 3 seasons. So what the fuck?
Yeah, this was our thing. I was like, how long is he actually out of the club? He basically played for us through the duration of Warnock, from what I could tell.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's have a. I'll give the answer. The answer is it's 1 game. He played 1 game in the FA Cup out of 28 FA Cup ties. That 1 game was. Do you know what the game was? Well, I did tell you earlier, didn't I? I found it out.
Man City.
Yeah, it's correct. Manchester City away. Obviously, during the cup run where we beat Tottenham, but he weren't part of it, obviously. And yeah.
And look what happens. We stick him at left back and we concede 4.
People go, "Oh, you was against Aguero and all that." It's like, yeah, Middlesbrough beat him in another year. Patrick Bamford knocks them out 1 year. That Man City team. Every dog has its day, doesn't it? But still, yes, so 1. We'll do slightly more on him later. Actually, you know what? We should do it right now because I'll forget, like I did last week. Do you know, last week, Ben, I forgot to do the memes.
Oh, right. Well, I'm gonna have to shoot at this point, but I will be watching and I'll have you in the comments.
No problem.
I'm at home next week, so I'll be doing a full show with you. So
no problem. That'd be awesome.
Thanks very much, Tom. I do appreciate it.
Have a good night, mate.
Good night, everyone. Take care. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Here we are. Oh, Scooby says good night, Ben. I promise I won't keep you all too long, but I couldn't help it. I had to look up the Twitter opinions on Stephen Warnock on commentary. Ben getting a round of applause, as deserved. Take care, Ben, and take care, Ben, from Rosie and Jimmy. Rosie and Jim. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I remember that show. So it's time for the Dipshits. And Melina with good night to Ben, or take care to Ben, to tell it more accurately. Basically, those 2, Jonathan Pearce and Stephen Warnock, those 2 on the BBC commentary should never be allowed into Ellen Road again. One of the most ludicrously biased hatchet jobs I've ever heard from Mike. It's Michael, not Mike. Cheers, Mike. With Stephen Warnock 100%. Stephen Warnock was so anti-Leeds in reply from Andy Dan. But then he got another reply which basically said Ramazani probably came in 12th in the man of the match vote, considering he scored the winning goal. I think that's the joke. Other opinions on Stephen Warnock was when you suffer Goodman and Weaver regularly on comms, you'd think someone different would be nice. Stephen Warnock, however, was fucking dreadful. From Baltic Bulldog J. Jonathan Pearce and Stephen Warnock, absolutely desperate for a Harrogate equaliser and penalty in that game, says Mikey, LUFC. And Fop Doodle, at Fop Doodle, says Stephen Warnock should be banned from Ellen Road. That man is a word that rhymes with hunt. Stephen Warnock is a wanker, says Barnsey_9. And last one, Hibby Pessimist says Harrogate penalty shout versus Leeds described by co-commentator Stephen Warnock as a definite penalty, despite being similar to ours versus Rangers, which he was astounded at being a penalty on Sky Sports Ref Review. Clown. Is there any chance we could get a short Mr. Tom does a Elvis number of the week? I don't really know any of his songs. Well, names. I don't really listen to Elvis, in all seriousness. Rosie and Jim, the old ragdoll with Captain John. Exactly right, Jimmy. I actually got him confused with Neil Warnock. I just heard Warnock. Meh, who gives a fuck? And Warnock is a wanker. He's a wanker. He's a wanker. There you go. The actual FA Cup results, as put together by Director John, the esteemed Director John, are as follows. Obviously, on Thursday night, Cardiff won Sheffield United. Everton beat Peterborough by 2-0 in the the Young family derby, supposedly. Friday night had Aston Villa beating West Ham by 2-1. And Blackburn on Saturday won at Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. Liverpool beat Accrington Stanley. Who are they? And then Nottingham Forest beat, what are they called? Luton. And obviously you can see the others there. They're not really. Oh, the giant killing of the round was obviously Brentford losing at home to Peterborough. The same Plymouth, that are basically larger than Brentford. I'm not disputing that it's an upset. It is an upset because obviously Brentford are a better football team than Plymouth is in recent memory. But the fact of the matter is that 10 years ago, this would have been your average bog standard league game between Brentford and Plymouth, probably in League 2 at some point. They go, oh, it's really shocking. No, it's surprising. It's not shocking. No, it's, but you know what I mean. People were talking about this specific match result as if Manchester United lost to Dagenham at home. And it's not even close. Not even close. The roundabout on play days was also called Rosie. So the lyrics were roll up and ride on Rosie. Who's Rosie? She'll turn you around and around. Fun. I'm sure that works out really well for you in any form of banterous situation. This is an album today I've not heard before and quite like the orchestral songbook by Peter Weller. Decent, worth a listen. Wilder was sulking, funny as fuck. Pardon my language, everyone. When do we get a Thai food video, Rosie, please? From Scooby D2. Keep rolling. With I thought he was going to start going into Limp Bizkit about Rosie, but anyway. Got a fair few pages of this, obviously. A couple of pages. Chelsea beat Morecambe. Jorginho Ruter got 2 goals. The other surprise, obviously, Exeter beating Oxford. It's not really obviously. Don't know why I said like that. Frank Lampard beat Sheffield Wednesday on penalties. That's how they'll tell you it. Of course, Coventry did the hard work. Bournemouth put West Brom out of the cup. Burnley are through as well. Manchester City put 8 past Salford. 8. And Southampton won the game. And the less said about what happened at Portaloo Road is obviously Ipswich. Calvin Phillips scored, surprisingly enough. And Crystal Palace squeezed through against Stockport County. Are they still county, or is it just Stockport? Anyway, Leyton Orient and Derby County has been rescheduled for Tuesday night. Well, few of the games have been rescheduled based on the fact that the weather postponed them on Saturday. He always tends to score good goals when he does score. He doesn't always score, but they tend to be good when he does. Millwall and Dagenham Redbridge are playing tomorrow night. I didn't realise I'd have a special interest in that. But as someone did suggest to me earlier, and I'd forgive me for not remembering exactly who said it, it might have even been Greenwood, Sam Greenwood, of course. How many West Ham fans are going to try and get in on the, fair to say, the authority of Dagenham Redbridge to basically try and take it to Millwall? Well, I think we have tried to get away from that kind of thing in football, admittedly. Well, Ian many drunken noodles want to try Tom Yum soup. I'm sure my soup would be fine. But often I like to try new things. So I don't know. I guess whatever you fancy doing. This is quite the take. Quite the thing that Rosie has heard, let's just say, to be fair to her, I've heard Sam Greenwood plays with his own shite. Can you confirm or not? Well, I mean, I can't do either of those things because I've only heard that too from you 24 seconds ago. So I have to leave that one to Sam. Coming up in the league, obviously, as you said, we close out the week next Sunday, so it's going to be a tight turnaround for this show, of course, but we'll still almost certainly bring it to you. I made that sound like a threat. Actually, it is a threat. I'm going to bring you the show. Anyway, what? Sam Brownwood, some call him. I'm sure you can hear this. Sam Brownwood. His own or others, says Jimmy, and Brownwood is obviously from the mind, the dark corner of the mind of Pincushion. I've heard he plays with other people's shite. If he can get his hands on it, he's banned from most supermarkets. Oh, I pop back in, and the first thing I see is this reprehensible slander, to which Rosie confirms his own exclusively. At least she's defending you to that extent on a rumour she started. Anyhow, in case anyone wondered or cared, this is current state of play in the EFL Championship, and stop the count because then that put us back in the Premier League. And I'm probably going to use that joke a million times between now and April, May. Where are we? I've got to remember to not forget to do the memes this week, like I did last week, and probably will next week or something like that. But yeah, you've all been good people. So before I show you, this is basically our predictions for the month of January in the league stack up. Not very well for me, to be fair. I do think we are going to comfortably win next week against Sheffield Wednesday. I hope I'm right there. But before we do that, it's time for another question of the week, properly. The actual question of the week. Question of the week. This week's question of the week is just stay away from my toilet. Wait, what? Oh, and let's just answer this question of Rosie has a worrying fetish with fecal matter. She needs to talk to someone, in the words of Sam Greenwood. Hence the stay away from my toilet. She should, Sam. Does the Scottish NHS do therapy for being Rangers? I tried your food, Rosie. I had to go. Rimner, they have a special Rangers section. That's not PG. Don't forget to do the memes this week. He did forget last week. I mean, I did. To be fair, I should actually say thank you to Gary as part of his Monday night show, The Trip, where he basically allowed me to carry out the meme section from this show on his show. I think he secretly enjoyed it, but he'd never say so. But anyway, no, thank you, Gary, obviously for accommodating my nonsense in such a way. Jimmy's laughing, and is that like Google Pay, Jimmy? I'm on your side, Sam, says Anders. I can't even say it without sounding sarcastic, but that's the endorsement I'd want. That's when you know you're a good egg, is when Anders goes and gives you his vote. It's good lad, Anders, in all seriousness. RFC, sponsored by Valium. I think he means Rangers. Not think he means Rangers. I'll try and say this. Anders, did I get that right at all? No chance. When you're feeling blue from supporting blue, drop a blue or two. Anyway, the question of the week this week is: which of these 9 players have received one of 10 red cards for Leeds United in the FA Cup? I'll repeat. Which of these 9 players have received one of 10 red cards for Leeds United in the FA Cup? I probably should play the music. Have at it. Correct, Gary Sprake. Multivitamins up top. I mean, to be fair, Sam, you of all people should know who MV is. Silly Sausage in midfield. Sarah Saliva in midfield. Correct, Alan Smith, the Leeds player to be sent off twice in the FA Cup. The only Leeds player to be sent off twice in the FA Cup. Scott Sellers, correct. During 1992-93, I believe. Mark Viduka has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Mark Viduka has been sent off twice for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Nigel Martin has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Mick Vick has not been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Nigel Martin has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Liam Cooper has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Jonathan Woodgate has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. Nigel Martin has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. And Marty Vickfly has not been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. But he might have molested his mother. Neil Aspin has been sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup. I do believe we are looking for one more player. I believe there's one name that has not been through up. There's one SS left because someone did also already say Scott Sellers, to be fair to you. Neil Aspin lives near Jimmy. Ass separator, of course. Limp Colgate. Why the hell not? Who is the second SS to be sent off for Leeds United in the FA Cup? I'll Google that. I'll Google that after I have a sip of this delicious carbonated beverage, but it's not actually the answer. I just read your comments. It's really good. No, he didn't actually. Steve Staunton did not play for Leeds United in his career. Pincushion says 2. Don't know what that's for. It's done. Samuel Saiz got sent off for Leeds United. I believe I could be wrong. It would have had to have been against Newport County because it was definitely the game where he got banned for spitting. It was the game where we basically scouted Ben White because he played for Newport. Who the hell were Newport? I don't know why I said that. I imagine they had quite a good run for the first half of the 1940s. That SS team. I'm just reading the rest of the comments, and then I'll put the answers up because you've got them all. Liam Cooper, Ian. Yeah. A lot of them are very recent, to be fair. So, obviously, this unique formation of 2 goalkeepers includes Gary Sprake from the great Leeds team of the 60s and 70s, Nigel Martin of the great Nigel Martin being goal team, Jonathan Woodgate, Liam Cooper, Neil Aspin, back, Scott Sellers, Samuel Saiz, and Smith twice sent off Leeds United in the FA Cup, and Mark Viduka. Mark Viduka was very good with his feet, especially at Highbury in May. Corny joke, that's Mark Viduka. Fuck it. Why did I not read it properly? Anyway, fucking Greenwood, he distracted me. He distracted me by bringing up Viduka. Even if he did change spelling. Aspin always was and always will be the archetypal bag of shit. Sorry if you're hearing this, Neil Aspin. I'm sure you're a lovely guy. Not to Scooby D2 though. But anyway, in all seriousness, that was good fun. It's now for the time of the show where basically I scoured the internet. Some would say that Varuka joke was corny. As said by Ian at Pincushion. It's time for the Sunday Roast. Sponsored by Sam Greenwood. You'll see why in a minute. I'll see myself gout. He's a punny gentleman. Punny man. Jimmy said it first. He did say it first, actually. My apologies. Thank you for your honesty, Ian. I mean, I should have seen it. So much words are being used, so it's hard to keep up. You keep the chat flowing, to be fair to you all, so I appreciate that. I did come across this review of I believe it's a Crystal Palace fan, based on the contents of the review, but a football fan did an away trip to Leeds and they gave it a review on the internet. I'd like to read it out to you all. Jack Sullivan, review of my stay in Leeds. Got a 2-star hotel for £95. I know it was 2-star, but for £95, I expected something livable. Last night and this morning, I spent my time sleeping and washing in what I can only imagine is the overspill for Leeds prison, but we move on. The hotel reception was flooded for a whole stay. I went out yesterday before the game and somehow managed to get shit on by a bird and walked around the city like it, not knowing. We went to the pub, chatting with Leeds fans until one of them noticed George, I imagine it's his mate, was in shorts and said, "What's your mate doing in shorts? Is he a postman by trade?" To which George replied, "No, but if I was a nonce by trade, I'd support Leeds." That didn't go well. That didn't go down well at all. On to the next pub. Won't even talk about the game, using 2 days annual leave and spending a bomb to concede a 93rd minute penalty on a Tuesday night 200 miles from home is never great. I do remember Rafina getting a penalty very late on against Crystal Palace, hence why I think he might be a Crystal Palace fan, but I can't confirm it. Anyway. Somehow got persuaded by the boys to go to an ABBA student night. The only problem with this is when you're in a bar with a load of hippies who are 18, 19, you really stand out like I think it's the P word, sore thumb when you're 6'2", 28 years old, dressed head to toe in Stone Island. Overall, -2 out of 10. Would not recommend, and if I never go to Leeds again, it'll be far too soon. Only -2. I'd say that's quite high when you're ranking Leeds United in anything, or City Leeds in anything. Well, we were kids, or I was, and Aspin kind of had that Friar Tuck baldness at 21 years old or something, so he always looked like he was about 40. We seemed ancient at the time, which didn't help. Okay. I actually kind of understand that. I totally do understand that in all seriousness, Scooby. Dr. John wants to know what Rosie's YouTube channel is. John, if you just click on the name thing, it will take you to it. You can literally just jot it down from the thing. Food, footy, and giggles. With the at in front, of course. No spaces. Interesting how Scooby knew that. But Sam Greenwood quite rightly put across the fact that it's quite obviously a food fetish channel. I said food, but what I really meant to say was foot. It's a foot fetish channel. Not there's anything wrong with that. Let's just say it is what it is. Food, giggles, and footy. Thanks, everyone. But no, it's in all seriousness, it is not the worst follow. Spencer says, I was going to put mine in the comment box. I mean, you can, but in all seriousness, it wasn't necessarily correlate. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'll put it on for you. Let me find it. If you like American football analysis, and when I say analysis, I mean he does some serious analysis. Go through the. I think it might even be quicker for me to go through my watch history to actually find it. Where is it? Friday. Facing me. I got it here. Sorry for this riveting content. I'll try and help out my friends in all seriously. That is the link to Spencer's latest American football video, where he basically, with an absurd amount of effort, digs into the American football with his predictions on games. So, anyway, it's not the worst. What I said, it wasn't the worst follow, because it's not. It's not the worst. No, seriously, follow it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fun. You won't be disappointed. If you like food or feet, you'll love it. You got a shoe of the day, makeup of the day, accessory of the day. He knows more about your channel than you do. Plus food shorts, randoms in it. I confess I enjoy foot of the day, of course. Every day, it's. I mean, foot of the day is quite obviously it's Rosie's feet every day, but I presume it's a shoe. I personally do like participating in the food vote. The chicken curry, that was the one I selected, did look delicious, to be fair to her. Have you tried, I don't know if you take requests, have you ever tried making the honeycomb sugar candy from Squid Game? I believe they call it Dalgona, not that I'm down with their accent or anything. Scooby, feet. Yeah. I don't think I've said anything unfair. There's 1 foot. To my knowledge, or at least she doesn't run an amputee shoe of the day channel. But anyway, down to the meme section. Have you heard the latest news of Kyle Walker? Where basically, what's that say? Do I really want to leave the Premier League? To which his wife says, Kyle, have you been out fucking another one? To which he immediately says, taxi to the airport. Bronco talk from VA. Are you ready to see a feet? Just a shoe. We once did have a short with feet in various shoes. So. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, you talking about the sugar can. I've never actually made it, but I'd love to actually have a go at the game from Squid Game. And I imagine it's not as difficult without the lads in the jumpsuit stood behind you with their guns. Spoiler, in case you've not seen it. Another one, Kyle Walker. This is incredible. It's God's most wondrous miracle. Mr. Walker, I think your wife wants to hold the baby. My wife? Where? One more hit about Everton. Or what I say, I've done loads. Literally, I've done loads about Everton. Their managerial choices. I think he has actually now got a job with Everton, hasn't he, old Rooney? But I don't know, I wasn't following news specifically, but I think they made the right choice. Totally joking, Rosie. Promise to stop making footy jokes. That's very clever. Kyle Walker's wife is definitely not ugly. She must be nuts. Or is it he must be nuts? Will Hill be messing now? I've probably read that wrong. Anyway, in the women's game, Everton's admin had a bit of a blunder where basically they declared that a player born in 2003 made her debut in October 2000, leading the Archbishop of something on Twitter to basically call out the fact that she made her debut before she was even born. Boy, I really hope someone got fired from that blunder. Not really that sort of thing. She's left him. Yeah, maybe if she, but maybe that's I heard she delayed the divorce though, in case he signed that contract in Saudi Arabia. Wayne Rooney as a Simpson kind of freaks me out for some reason. Well, I'm sorry, Scooby, if that upsets you, but it's probably going to happen again, and a few more times. And I know you're being facetious on it. It's no problem. Roll on the floor laughing, Tom. Yes, you definitely read that wrong. 100%. Was her dad a footballer, as she was in his sack? To get to the actual FA Cup games this week, we've got Darren Ferguson. I'm sorry, young Tyler didn't get any minutes, but I won't let nepotism pick my team. Darren Ferguson won't let nepotism be involved in picking his football team. To which Ned Flanders quite rightly says, don't you owe your entire career and especially your Premier League winners medal to nepotism? To which Darren Ferguson, the son of Sir Alex Ferguson, declared, this interview is over. The cheek of it. Although, admittedly, I do agree he doesn't have to have picked Ashley Cole's son just because he's playing against Ashley Cole. That's nonsense. But you're 2-0 down. You probably should have sent him on for a minute or so. I don't know. Can't wait to discuss Arsenal's cup failure on the. I haven't even confirmed the result, Spencer. I've not even confirmed the result in meme form yet. I totally am about to confirm the result in meme form. His face makes me feel sick. With Wayne Rooney. He's tried his best. But speaking of cup upsets, good Lord, what is happening in there? FA Cup upsets. Exeter and... Do you notice how all the FA Cup results basically went to the team with the bigger budget? In pretty much every case. Darren Ferguson. Fair enough, Scooby. Not Scooby, Ian, my mistake. But Plymouth did win at Brentford. Which is probably a great time to introduce the fact that their new manager, his name is Miron Muslik. To which, basically, I guess you might say, it's Muslik to my ears. There it's Tom. It's the worst joke you've ever stolen, and only about 10 people heard it. Hello, it's my favourite Nottingham Forest fan, Enter Alter Ego. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Considering your team are also still in the FA Cup, how are you doing, sir? Got a fellow Arsenal fan to admit he'd prefer to be owned by a Russian oligarch or oil country. Rosie's 3 subs away from 300. That's not a bad movie, actually, to be fair. The hills are alive with the sound of Muslik. That's very good. He's having a blast. Have a good evening, sir, of course. Like I'll say to everyone else on here. But speaking of, for Muslik to win in what I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it's his first game in charge of Plymouth at a Premier League club, while actually being their first away win of this season in any competition, turned out to be at Brentford. But what did Wayne Rooney make of all this? That could have been me. It could have. I've seen how you manage your teams. That could not have been. You lost 4-1 at best at Brentford. The hills have eyes with the sound of Muslik. Arsenal linked with a striker of Sheffield Wednesday called Hugh Janus. That reminds me of the time that Bart Simpson phoned Mo Mo's bar and did his prank calls, and then basically went, "Is Hugh Janus there?" To which Mo shouted out, and then someone answered, went, "I'm Hugh Janus," and then picks it up. And then Bart Simpson had to admit that it was a prank call that went obviously wrong because anything like that. Thank you for the muslik. So join us next week where basically Enter Alter Ego will empty his joke book, which will include classics such as Leeds a shit and Owner by Red Bull and Tom's a midget. Love The Simpsons. I do love The Simpsons, clearly. I can't really say that I don't love The Simpsons. It's not true. It's not true. But in all seriousness, good fun. Good fun. This is Rosie's YouTube details. Even though I'll be shocked if none of you are already currently following her, because where have you been? Where have you been? I don't even know how she gets time to sleep because she's everywhere. Everywhere. In every chat. Every chat. Some of Sam Janus. I don't get Phil McCracken, of course. I'll put it this way, to be fair. If you put out your names, which are basically me then reading out dirty words, I'll read them out. I don't care. I'm not like AFT, like it'll be the worst compilation video ever because I'll just happily read it. There'll be no humiliation on it because I'll just be like, oh fuck it, it's meant to sound like huge anus. Huge anus. But still. Like Thrush, Tom, everywhere. IP Freely. That's one too. Wayne Rooney will stumble into a new championship or lower prem. I heard he's basically. Is he going to be Everton's assistant to David Moyes? I've read it, so there's no credence other than I've read it. But it sounds like the sort of thing they would do just in case Moyes didn't pan out, and then it makes it easier to go, oh, we've got Wayne with his managerial pedigree of failure. But it seems to be the Everton way, doesn't it? In Family with Mike Hunt, and Mike Hock. Rooney's is imagine the care of. He'd even fuck that up. Yeah, you. Oh, that's to ego you will, of course. Next job is managing a brothel. You and Greenwood were on the same lines there. Spurs also played, and during the game, Spurs fans were basically saying, "Dear Lord, if you keep Tamworth from humiliating us today, we promise to build several churches in your honour." But what the football community and Spurs fans deep down were really hoping was basically hurry up and Spurs it so we can watch Arsenal versus Man United. My woodwork teacher was called Mike Hunt. Silly sod cut his finger off with a circular saw. See. After the game, glad you finally scored, Spurs. Yeah, that was a scary 101 minutes. To which Don King, or Lucius Wheat in The Simpsons, basically declared, "You couldn't even give me 8 lousy goals, Spurs. Now take your check for $400 million and get out of my sight." Is that for real? Awesome stuff. Sorry, everyone. Sam, you might want to out of rides because here come the Arsenal memes. Arteta basically pleaded for some sanity from the baying crowd, but he then got hit with a barrage of memes. It's a black day for memes and football. But those memes include, "Mikel, you knucklebeak, I told you 100 times you've got to buy a proper striker before Halloween. Before." All right. Why can't Arsenal score? Because they didn't buy a proper striker. I don't know if it's true or not. Seems to be the belief, though. That's not my opinion, but Alter Ego has said Arteta out. More out of memeness, I suppose, more than the fact that he actually cares whether he gets sacked or not. Get ready, everybody. Kai's about to do something stupid. Oh, Mikhail, we're out, and it's all my fault. And one that was sent in, by sent in, he sent it into a group chat where it landed right in my inbox. So I figured legally I can use it. I know Sam really wouldn't care. So I thank him for providing with this. Sorry if we've missed any orders tonight. We've just had this guy start working for us. That's from Domino's Pizza UK. Well, from Sam Greenwood, courtesy of Domino's Pizza UK. And laugh out loud, Tom, you slag. Yeah, I'm a slag, but mainly on Thursdays. Thursdays, brother. I'm going to start doubling up on Thursdays. Going to be talking movies and then the graps, baby. I don't even know why I sort of did it like that, because I was a sassy Jerry Springer guest, kind of thing. Anyway, what? 17 likes, 17. I was basically told that I was going to get shot in the head if I didn't get 18, but that's still 16 more than I thought I'd get, in all seriousness. But no, that's lovely. That's lovely. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Agent Havertz, Chelscum's secret weapon, and Thursday for flags in the arse. Hang on a minute. That doesn't sound right. That actually sounds very different to what was originally intended. But that's probably a Google search, which will probably yield something, in all seriousness. There's something for everyone. Rule 34. If it exists, there's probably unsavory content on the internet for it. One more. What we got? We got time for a couple more, Arsenal. Couple more. United are down to 10 men. Man United are down to 10 men. We're mixed with Xerxes coming on and our player getting carried off injured. This is going to eliminate my whole Arsenal at once. I guess at times like this, all you can do is laugh. But AFTV have got it down. They've worked out what the reason Arsenal lost, clearly. It's the ref. It's the ref. It's the ref. Sure, AFTV, it's the ref. I'm not laughing at the fact that Arsenal didn't. Of course, I wanted Arsenal to beat Manchester United. Why wouldn't I want Arsenal to beat Manchester United? I think I'm not unfair in finding the excuses absurd. Rosie, was there ever a follow-up story to your psychic pet charlatan chicken video? That's not actually an answer. Rosie's going for a flag for Albania. Poll first. Big Willie style. I enjoyed that album from 1997, I think it was. I had it on cassette. I've still got it on cassette, actually. I could probably dig it out. I'm not going to, but I could. I didn't think that story went well, John. She didn't say story. I just added that for the benefit of anyone that's listening in after the fact. I don't think people listening to this after the fact. No one's wasting their time at this point. That's why I pretty much go off the wall with it. We all love a Big Willie. Well, more so if he scores for Leeds or not. Xerxes scoring the winning penalty was just the icing on the cake in a shit day, I imagine. You think me saying about AFTV would be the final meme? Of course it won't. Of course it won't. That's not good enough. Prove it, Tom. I see what you did there. impressive. It's funny you say that, actually, because if I could actually... totally do this, actually, because... there you go. Willie extends, referring to his contract at Leeds United being extended. Thank you to Gary and myself for not deleting it off of his the trip thing on StreamYard. In family with Mike Hunt and Rooney Dream Gig. He's married. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, why did I scrap the thing up? Tom loves a Diddy party. I don't know for sure what goes on in that parties. Will Furpo extend? Surely he's earned another year. I sure hope so. I turned green from trying Rosie's food. Will Smith is actually coming to a summer music festival in my local city. That must be how desperate he's getting. I hope he arranges a Diddy party. Sam doesn't. He turns green, not like the Hulk, through jealousy. What was the latest one? Sir, 2 penalties were missed during the match. There'll be no trophy then. Again then. I'll tell the supporters. And the second to last one. Crying in the corner, Arsenal. Mind if I join ya? Says Brentford. But the biggest thing we get from this weekend is basically when people ask me what it's like supporting Arsenal, I just point them to this photo. I couldn't even begin to get what that's in reference to. Enter alter ego. But sure. So I genuinely thank you all for sitting with me. Still in the UK, it is 23:12, so just gone 10 past 11. Sam Greenwood and people outside this country, it's even later or even earlier. But still, genuinely appreciate having your time. It's pretty cool. Are there not enough celebrity? We did all 40 of them, Sam. It was really upsetting when I realised it was the last one. We've done 8 batches of 5 of them. Grandpa has a smile on his head. Did he? He did. He actually did. That's a good spot. His hair basically loved that result. They were scraping the barrel, to be honest. That's not true. That's not true. Those people were season ticket holders. To which Ello Leeds has basically written, I wish I had a Big Willie album. Okay. Ask that again after promotion, Sam. Glory supporters come crawling out of the woodwork quickly then. It's interesting you say that, because how's Ed Sheeran doing this week? I imagine he's doing really happy at the moment because they won. So. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, I don't want to drone on again because Director John has basically said I'm the worst for ending shows because the ending takes like 40 minutes. But Ed Sheeran, 2 enemies this week. Yep, of course, Glory supporters. Poor Jason Statham doesn't support Leeds, but his picture was shown like being linked to a client. He didn't commit. I'm pretty. That's still a picture of Mike Tyndall. I'm sure of it. What's wrong with Pepsi at 23:14? I know the caffeine and all that, but sleeping is for losers. It's not. Actually, if a lot of winners get good sleep. But Have a good night, Sam. Thank you for stopping by and for staying with it. Well, or dropping out and returning. I mean, I'm not completely fucking stupid. Even I drop out of the Arsenal shows and then go back and listen to them because that's just mental. Like, why do I want to get 2 hours of fucking Arsenal? Anyway, sorry, what? I couldn't care less about Ed Sheeran. So you could care less about Ed Sheeran. Cocaine is better for you, according to Enter Alter Ego. To which the real big question of the show is, why is Enter Alter Ego, the disgusting Forest fan, trying to catfish people with his profile picture? To which he's then told, almost certainly another lie, with, that is my girlfriend Emma. Okay. I've no way of proving if that's true or not, so I don't know why I just said it's a lie. I don't care if it's a lie. Anyway, nice show. Thank you very much. Also, Dan Laguna, I presume that is a gentleman from the video you made where basically it's him saying hello to everyone that I know in his chat, for example. Goodbye, Alter Ego, you sweetie, from Sam Greenwood, which he goes, thanks, Mr. G, or something like that. Director John's like, man, sleep is the cousin of death. Death. I don't know why I said it like that. Just went. I want to talk like Morgan Freeman. That's nothing like Morgan Freeman. Anyway, I better go, otherwise this will get very silly and embarrassing. Anyway, that's how I sound. That's a lie. That's almost certainly a lie. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.